Hi guys, welcome to the part 3 of the Koinonia Design series. I'm happy that you've gotten to this point, and if you didn't start from the part 1 and the part 2, please do well to go watch the videos so that you understand everything that we have been doing, right? So now I'm on Pinterest. I'm not on Pinterest. I'm on PSCC, and I want to start creating the background for our design. We're going to be creating a worship uh, concert flyer, right? So we want to begin with creating the background first on PSCC. Then we're going to use our background on Pixel Lab. So without further ado, let's dive. So quickly now, I'm just going to import the images, right? You know the size I'm using already. If you started watching this series from the part 1, there are things you would know I would not have to say. And I'm not going to say it because I've said it repeatedly in the part 1 and in the part 2, right? So now I'm going to where I have my image that I'll be using, right? So we're going to be using this image, bring it up a little, and take it like this. So we have that there. So the next thing we want to do is just click here and come to curve. Alright, so I noticed that unlike the other videos, you are not seeing where I'm tapping, so let me fix that. And so we're back, right? We'll have that fixed. So now I'm just going to click here and here, then I'll just drag this here. Let me see. Alright, so a little bit more. Right, okay, I think that's okay. And next thing, I'm going to import the next image for this. So Pixart, I have this. So I want to just zoom this like this. Alright, so the next thing is to screen. Right, so I just want to click now on fade. Then I'm going to fade a little of it from the downside. Then click on fade, take it to here. Fade a little of this. Just ensure it's being faded. Then fade it from here a little. Right, so I don't want to do many things here, right? So we're gonna leave that like that. And the next thing I want to just bring in the next stuff I'll be using. And do you know what? You can use this. This is when if you are interested in practicing and you create this background, you can use it on a different design, right? And also this tutorials is going to teach you how to create amazing background, because I can actually create the background and just come over straight to designing, but I'm intentionally showing you so that you know how it's been done, right? So I can just create this background behind the camera or behind the screen and just come over here to show you. So I'm coming to fade in now. Alright, so fade here. So we have other fading options here, so let me try this middle one. Bring this like this. Alright, so bring this like this. I'll bring this like this. Alright, so enlarge this. Bring this a little here. So just gonna duplicate that. Alright, so we're just gonna duplicate that again. Duplicate again. And duplicate again. Right, so we can actually merge that now. So click here and just click here, merge down, merge down, merge down, merge down. So you have one. Then you come to Gaussian blur to blur this. Right, so have that blurred. And we're going to just come to here, click on curve. The last thing we did, last setting is going to be the effect on this particular stuff. Right, so I'm likely to make this more dark. So the next thing I want to bring in this should I use this? Let's see if this gives us what we want though. So let's see. Alright, so I have that. So I have that. Copy by duplicating. Alright, so let's see if we duplicate this again and see what we may get. And let's see if we feed this from here a little. So we're gonna use this other feed. Now bring this a little up. So let's duplicate that again and see if we can just use this stuff here like this. And let's see. Okay, so we have that done. I'm tempted to blur this background a little, so let's do a little bit of blurring. Excuse me, let's do a little bit of blurring. I'm sorry if you're not hearing me. I'm just feeling relaxed and all that. So let's reduce this to like 5, and let's make this also the image on top to like 7. Alright, so we want to make this guy here, this shade here, to be a little bit darkened. So I'm just going to click on curve and click OK. So I just want that a little bit, no, should I leave it like this? So let me just make it a little bit darker. So I'll just take this up a little, yeah. And yep, this is our background. Now the white space, you're going to know what's the purpose of that. Basically, this white space is where we're going to be writing other details like address stuff, right? So that we'll have this. So just play around with it and have something good for your design. So now we're going over to Pixel Lab where we're going to make our design. So I want to save this as PNG. Right, so going over to Pixel Lab now. And boom. And here we are on Pixel Lab. So the next thing I want to start doing is importing my stuff for this design. So all of a sudden, this here, right? So we have this, and the next thing now is to bring in our images. So now this is the arrangement of the ministers, right? So this is how we're gonna have the arrangement. Now in making yours, you can choose to do anything. You can choose to place it the way you want to place it, right? Right. This tutorial is just to show you that you can achieve amazing designs on your smartphone. So now I want to import something I did on PSCC, this fading shade, right? So simply you create a circle shape, save it as PNG on Pixel, take it to PSCC, then apply Gaussian blur to it, and increase it to the highest. Then you have this, then you save as PNG, then you can bring it here. So I want to use this to just fade this, right? So just gonna do this like this, bring this to back, then bring it on the image of key strings, then bring this down a little, faded, then bring this here, bring this here like this, take it to back, then bring it on the image of this minister, and on the image place, faded. So we can have this like this. So let's stretch this shape so that it goes like this. Okay, so I like balance in my design, so that's why I'm intentional. Right, so bring this here. So now click on this particular image, and alright, so you want to bring this white stuff over here too, right? Yeah, so that it will be on the image of the guy on the dark suit close to, that's Jimmy Doko, right? So the next thing is I'm going to click on this image, I'm going to eraser. So I'll just increase this like this. So I want to just play around with this. Now it's very important to increase this. Do that. Just play around with this. So yeah. and good, we have that there. So let me see if I can copy this and just bring it here like this to back. Zoom it. Or let's leave that for now. Right, so the next thing, let's bring in Apostle's image. Then we know what we're doing. So I'll bring this and bring it like this. Then copy this shape and just bring it here. Right, so it looks like Apostle's image is faded in. Let's try something. Alright, so let's leave it there. Lock it. Right, so the next thing we want to do now is bring in some resources. Yep, our favorite light. I don't know, I like using this guy a lot. So now let's hue this light. Or rather, let's increase the saturation of the light. And we may and may not use this guy this time. So I've rotated it. Have it here. So where we're going to position this now, so we want this to be here. Like this. And reduce the darkness, increase the contrast, and you have that there. So let it be there. Right, so let's try something. And yep, this is what I was looking for, so I'm glad I still do have it. So I want to just increase it like this. So this is going to be at the back of Apostle. Right, so I want to rotate this. Right, so let me lock all this shade and stuff. So right, so we'll have this like this. Zoom in. Yep. Zoom in. Then you come to here, color filters, increase the brightness. Then come to erase color, select color that is not on it, then smooth edge by 1. Right, remember it's a worship concert and we want to give it that feeling. So the next thing is to start typing. So before then, let's lock this guy. Alright, so now this particular shape, you can see it has something on the minister, so we can just erase that part. I think it's going to make sense. Then increase this. So let's see. Okay, so let me just see. If it doesn't make sense, I may just leave everything the way it is. Alright, increase this, reduce, increase this a little, and erase. Then you come over here and you do the same thing. Well, I like it the way it is. Let's leave it like that. It's okay. Their faces are showing. That's the goal. Their images are there for identification. And of course, this is a worship concert. It's not going to be like the normal flyer, right? So the next one I want to have now is the logo. Yeah, I've done this over and over again, so this shouldn't be a new thing. Right, so we're just gonna erase some part of the logo that's not properly out. Then just reduce. Now this time we're not placing it on anything, we're just gonna place it here. Right. And yep, we're not using black and white this time. So now the next thing is to bring in the flyer I want to get my information from, so I can just start typing. So you see this worship experience with Koinonia worship team. Alright, so worship experience. So let's type our worship. Worship first, and you want to find the font that goes with it. So what font are we using? So let me use Chipman and see how it goes. Then let me try bolding the Chipman. Worship experiencer. Let me rotate this to fit. Okay, it's not fitting. And of course I'm going to do this like this to make it blend with the, make it fit well. Yeah, so I think let me see, I think this is okay. Worship experience. So you want to reduce this worship. Then rotate this guy like this, worship experience. Then you want to add something to this. Just a gradient. So what we have here is this color. We just select this like this, then drag this here. So I've used this before, I'm just going to use it again though. Okay, let me just do it from scratch. So we have the first color, right? Select this color like this, bring this here, right? Then you drag this here, then you select this to be white, right? So you have this here like this. Do you see it? Giving it a good gradient. Select this. Now click here for the worship, drag this some opposite direction. Yep, so have this. For this also, just drag this a little bit up. Yeah, worship experience. So this guy, we're just going to rotate this guy to -8. Yeah, so it's more balanced now. And the next thing is with Koinonia worship team. Copy, let's see if we're using this guy. Koinonia. Type in this. Type in worship team. So now we're using white for this guy. We're using white for this guy, so just have this here and type in our width. Then go to font and type in quick letter. Okay, so bring in this like this, bring it down, bring this down, and bring this and bold this with Koinonia worship team. Right, so you're gonna take this a little bit here like this. Right, so the next thing we want to do now is let's see what next. So let me do something. Bring this like this, and take this like this, and just drag this to make it as slim as you can make it. So let's see. If it doesn't make sense, of course I'm going to remove it. This stuff ain't necessary, so let's leave this guy. Stuff ain't necessary, let's leave the guy. Worship experience, I'm just going to add something there that will just strike that balance. I feel this is a bit awkward. Okay, so worship experience. So the next thing is, did I delete the image? The next thing is our location, apostles name, date and time. So December 14th 2022, December 14th 2022, and time is 5 p.m. Watts. So we're going to just click here. You should have this resource already if you were practicing. So bring this here, and you want to select the color for that. So for this, you're going to type in your stuff now. December 14th, 2022, 5 p.m. what? So let's type December 14th, 2022. Then go to font, Monstrat, semi bold. Then you copy this 5:00 p.m. in brackets watts. So you're gonna move this. So now I think you can just type this together so that you don't have issues trying to make it watts. So you just delete this. So now you come to font, just use a different size for this, but still same font though, Monstrat, and bold or extra bold. Alright, so just leave that like that. So the next thing we want to do is Koinonia Christ Koinonia. So we want to type in the name of the church, Koinonia. So what is beneath it? Christ Gospel Church, opposite Second Equa Church, Sama Rosaria. Christ Gospel Church, opposite Second Equa Church, Sama Rosaria. Second Equa Church, Samaru Zaria. Alright, so I'm going to change this to something dark, right, and centralize it. So now for this address we're going to use Monstrat bold. Then for this we're going to use extra bold. So you're just going to do like this, like this. For the name of the church, come to color, like this. So that is dark, right? Right, so are we good? Yep. So the next thing is to bring in our shape that we'll be using for our location. So now we have a location icon which we're importing, so we're going to make this guy as small as possible, and we still have space at the down here, so we can just bring this guy down, and yeah. In a design like this, when you have social media handles, you can just intelligently place the social media angles at the top like this. Do you see? Like this. Then you just adjust this. So let's just adjust this anyway. Alright, so move this here like this, and move this here like this. Alright, so let's add a little bit of sugar to the design. Images, download. So what I'm adding now, I don't know how necessary it is, but I just want to see how it goes. Somebody see how it goes. So just add this. So alright, so let's see if it comes through this angle. Nope, nope. Alright, so I'm not really seeing the vibe of that stuff, this particular stuff that I'm adding, so I'm likely to remove it or adjust it. Okay, I'll leave it like this. So the next thing is Apostle Joshua Sema, host, right? He's the host. So we're going to just type in Apostle Joshua Selman and copy, click on the text. Okay, I'm not clicking on the text. And just copy this, type in Joshua Selman. So font is, let's just use extra bold for this. Extra bold, extra bold. Right, so this. Alright, so we have this. So make this dark as possible. Then you just come in and type in Apostle. Right, so you go to font, go to Monstrat, now bring this Apostle together by coming to line spacing. Do this, then come to spacing, then space this. Then copy this, the width, because we're going to use that font for the host. Then select a font that is visible. So let's see if it goes for the host. Alright, so I think I'm not okay with it, so I'll just copy this and just do this like this. Host. So I'm just going to reduce the size of that. So I'm going to come over to here and just mark this and move all of them at the same time. So I'm just going to make sure it's the same line with this, then move it here. Then to just have a kind of demarcation, right? So click here, here like this, and like this. Then drag this here. And okay. So let's copy this shape and see if we can do something with it. Alright, so we're going to click here and move the apostle's name a little bit like this. Right, then this shape, let's copy it and see what we can just still do with it. And copy this. No. I'm just trying to see what I can do with that. Okay, so there has to be something there to strike a balance. So I'm going to just come over to here and pick that. So bring this here. So let's bring this like this. Then select a color. Make it dark a little. Alright, so I'm still not feeling this, so I'm just going to try bringing it something in that space. That space is kind of somehow for me. You can leave it, right, when you're doing yours. And yes, I like this. So now the next thing now is to, of course, save, because we are done. And this is our Koinonia worship, blah 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 blah. Of course, we're still going to go over to, what's it called? PSCC, right? So let's move this. A little, so lock this, click on the location and move it same. Right, so I think this is okay. So we have worship experience with Koinonia worship team, and yep, these are design wrap. I almost forgot, so let's do something. Now delete this. Copy this. Take it to back and bring it on this keyboard. Now bring it to the down, like this. And leave it like that. So yep, this is our design. So we're just going over to PSCC to just add some touch. So let's save as. And now we have our our design here on PSCC. So I'm just going to bring in my lens flare. What is a Koinonia design without a lens flare? Come on, you need a lens flare. So of course screen, and so let's see, where are we placing this guy? So one has to come here. Alright, so let's place this guy here first. That's one. So now we're applying same screen here. So now the thing is, where are we placing this guy now? Alright, so I think I like it here, like this. Yeah, so let's leave it there. And what next? What next? So I'm just going to bring in one more flare. This, the one at the down. Then match this one at the down. Come here, then to match down. Alright, so now you're gonna move this. So I just want this to have an effect, like a light effect on it that makes it, one. Alright, so let's say okay to that, and let's fade. And fade here a little. Yeah, so it's not so much on K-string's face. And so now we're just gonna add one more image just to spice this up, right? Remember, this was the image we used as our background, right? So screen, right? So alright, so move this guy. Let me check something. Alright, so let's go back to what we planned. Then now we're just going to start fading this image. Then fade from down. And fade again. Then fade from here. So let's see if blurring will be good for this. Yes, it is. Anything else? Okay, let's try something. Merge down to imports. The file is heavy. Remember, we didn't create a blank document. I think this is very much okay. This is very much okay. Let me see if I could just add the lens. You guys say you're adding too much lens flare, right? And I'm gonna use linear touch. And okay, right, so yes. So we are done here. We're just gonna save this. Click here, save as PNG. And now we are importing to PXCC to Snapseed to just add some basic effect to this. That'll bring out the sharpness. So just sharpness by 50, structure by 25. So what I want to do is click on this view edit. So I like leaving the dark areas dark. So I'm just going to just move my hand around here. Around here. Then you click on OK. And yes, you have a worship experience flyer design made on your smartphone, and it's looking like you used Photoshop. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.